Good day everyone. Ito yung report na na-assign sa akin. The VAT exempt transactions provided at the tax code are as follows. So letter M. Gross receipts from lending activities by credit or multi-purpose cooperatives duly registered with the Cooperative Development Authority or CDA. So exemption is not only limited to the gross receipts on loan extended to its members but also to other persons who are not members. So, itong letter M, ito yung mga lending activities ng mga credit or multi-purpose cooperatives. So, from the word co-op, depende kasi yon kung anong klaseng co-op siya. So, from the word naman na credit co-op, ito yung mga pautang niyan na exempt. For example is yung mga lending activities. So, what if yung credit co-op nag-engage ng iba't ibang activities not related to lending? So, it is subject to VAT. Ang exempt lamang ay yung mga lending activities. So, from the word multi-purpose, so the fact na multi-purpose, engage siya sa more than one activities, diba? So, kaya diba minsan, may nakikita tayong restaurant na nakalagay multi-purpose cooperative. So, halimbawa na lang is yung Mangorio Multi-Purpose Cooperative, restaurant. So, vatable yun kasi yung exempt lang is yung lending activities niya. So, mapa-credit co-op or multi-purpose. So, pag multi-purpose, tanggalin mo yung mga non-lending activities. So, that is Section 109, letter M. According dito sa Table 8-3, gross receipts by credit or multi-purpose cooperative. So, kahit kanino ka magpautang kasi hindi niya naman tinukoy sa Section 109M na di naman niya tinukoy na pautang sa mga miyembro. Ang sinabi niya lang dito is yung mga lending activities. So, ibig sabihin, hindi dinidistinguish kung kanino ka nagpautang sa kamembro or hindi. So, walang ganon. So, dahil walang ganon, regardless kung kanino ka nagpautang, it is VAT exempt. So, but again, if the transactions are referring to a non-lending activities, then that is subject to VAT. The next one is letter N. Sales by non-agricultural, non-electric, and non-credit cooperatives duly registered with the CDA. So, provided that the share capital contribution of each member does not exceed 50,000 pesos. So, and regardless of the aggregate capital and net surplus ratably distribute among the members. So, importation by non-agricultural, non-electric, and non-credit cooperatives of machineries and equipment, including spare parts thereof to be used by them, are subject to VAT. So, sabi dito, kung hindi ka naman daw agricultural, hindi ka rin electric, at hindi ka rin credit cooperatives, but you are in registered and in good standing with the CDA, at ang capital contribution ng kada miyembro mo ay hindi lumalampas ng 15,000, regardless of the aggregate amount. Ibig sabihin, kahit magkano pa yan, kung million pa yan, hindi yan subject sa VAT, value added tax. So, provided ang controlling natin dito would be the share capital contribution of each member. So, and take note, it should be not exceed 15,000 pesos. So, according dito sa Table 8-4, gross receipts, sales by, so sa electric cooperatives from members, kag sa from non-members, it is subject to VAT. While yung sa agricultural cooperatives, susundin lang natin yung nasa Table 8-2. Ito naman sa lending activities, susundin din natin yung Table 8-3. Dito sa non-agricultural, non-electric, non-lending or credit cooperatives, kapag ang contribution ng each member is less than 15,000, so it is exempt. While naman kung more than 50,000 yung contribution ng each member, it is subject to VAT. Illustration 8. So case A, kuryente natin an electric cooperative provided the following data for the taxable year. So net of applicable taxes. So itong sales which is the amount with the amount of 5 million and then purchases with the amount of 2 million. So, ang question is, what is the correct amount of VAT payable, if any? So, Ang answer dito is 360 pesos. So, paano nakuha? So, first itong output VAT, which is yung sales na 5 million, i-multiply natin sa 12%. So, take note, itong 12%, ito yung VAT rate ng Philippines. So, which is itong 12% VAT is applied on the taxable gross selling price of goods and properties and in the gross value of receipts from services and lease of properties. So, yung 5 million i-multiply sa 12%, which is a total of 600,000. Then, yung input VAT, which is yung purchases na 2 million. So, error lang dito. Dapat 2 million yan, hindi 1 million. Yung 2 million i-multiply sa 12%, which is ang total is 240 pesos. So, yung 600 na output VAT, ililess sa input VAT na 240 pesos to get the VAT payable na 360,000 pesos. Case B. Co-op natin is a duly registered, non-agricultural, non-electric, and non-credit cooperative founded and operated by the employee of Crisca Group of Companies with maximum contribution of 15,000 each. So the cooperative is duly registered with the CDA. So the following data were provided for the taxable year net of applicable taxes. So sales with the amount of 5 million and then purchases with the amount of 1 million. So question number 1 is what is the correct amount of VAT payable if any? So dahil dito sa case B, fully duly registered sila ng non-agricultural, non-electric, and non-credit cooperative and yung maximum contribution ng each member is 15,000. So then it is the cooperative is VAT exempt. So question number 2. So assume further that co-op natin imported equipment valued at 1 million for its own use. So what amount, if any, should be recognized as liability for VAT? So ang answer is 120,000 pesos. So paano nakuha? Itong purchases at itong equipment valued na 1 million, i-multiply natin sa 12% na VAT ng VAT rate ng Philippines to get the 120,000 pesos. So according pa din dito na sabi dito na only agricultural cooperatives are exempt from importation of equipment. So to be used directly and exclusively in the production of processing of the agricultural cooperatives produce. So the next one is letter O. So export sales by persons who are not VAT registered. So export sales may be exempt or subject to VAT as shown in the figure below. So sabi natin, 'di ba, once na nag-registered ka, it's either VAT or non-VAT. So kung ikaw ay VAT registered at nagkaroon ka ng export sale, meaning ng destination principal saan siya. So it is consumption outside, therefore hindi sa subject sa VAT. However, yung hindi subject to VAT na yon, zero rating ang tawag doon. Kung ikaw ay VAT registered taxpayer. So, pero kung ikaw naman ay non-VAT registered taxpayer at nagkaroon ka ng export sale, hindi zero rated ang tawag doon. Ang tawag doon ay VAT exempt. So anong pagkakaiba ng nilang dalawa? So, pag VAT registered taxpayer ka, zero rated ang tawag doon. Pero kung non-VAT taxpayer ka, ang tawag doon ay VAT exempt. So, take note, yung mga export sales ng non-VAT registered taxpayers ay hindi pwede mag-carry or mag-credit ng input taxes. Bakit? So, kasi yung mga input taxes na binayad mo from your purchases, take note na ang input taxes or input VAT, yan ay applicable lang or pwede lang i-credit kapag VAT taxpayer ka. Kasi kung VAT taxpayer ka, how do you compute for your output VAT? So that is payable or that your output VAT is your VAT from your sales. Kaya siya tinawag na output kasi palabas. So kapag output mo, that's 12% of your sales. Kapag input VAT naman is ano ba ang input VAT? Saan ba galing in-input mo? So binili mo rin. So kung meron kang binili at bumili ka sa VAT taxpayer or VAT seller or VAT seller, meron kang babayaran na 12% VAT. So, kung ikaw ngayon ay VAT registered taxpayer, pwede mong gawing credit yung 12% VAT na binayaran mo sa seller mo. So, kapag ikaw naman ay non-VAT taxpayer, yung input VAT na let's say, you're non-VAT taxpayer, however, you bought your input or yung mga inventory mo sa taxpayer, what will happen to the VAT input, to the input VAT? So, pwede mo ba siyang i-claim as a tax credit later on? Hindi. Why? Because you're not VAT registered. So, in this case, kapag nagkaroon ng export sales si non-VAT registered taxpayer, VAT exempt ang tawag doon. Kapag naman ang nagkaroon export sales ay si VAT registered taxpayer, ang tawag doon ay zero rated. Illustration number 9. So, James Corporation provided the following data for 2021 taxable year. So, export sale with the amount of 5 million and then purchases with the amount of 2.8 million. So, question number 1. If James is VAT registered, how much is the VAT payable or refundable? So, to compute, the answer is output VAT, which is yung export sale na 5 million, i-multiply sa 0. Why 0? Kasi nga, VAT registered siya. So, 0, i-multiply sa 0 yung export sale. So, 5 million times 0 is equals to, 5 million times 0% is equals to 0. So, input VAT, which is yung purchases na 2.8 million, i-multiply natin sa 12% to get the total of 336,000 pesos. So, the answer is excess input or refundable, which is a total of 336,000 pesos. Negative 336,000 pesos. So, question number 2. If James is non-VAT registered, how much is the VAT payable or refundable? So, the answer is none. Kasi nga, non-VAT registered. So, sabi ko kanina, kapag non-VAT registered, exempt siya sa taxpayers. VAT exempt siya. So, the next one is letter P. So, ito yung mga real properties transactions which are exempt from VAT. So, number 1, sale of real property not primarily held for sale to customers or held for lease in the ordinary course of trade or business. So, kapag yung property na binenta mo ay hindi mo talaga or wala kang business or hindi siya primarily held for sale or ginagamit in the ordinary course of business, meaning that is a capital asset. So, kapag nagbenta ka ng capital asset mo, it is not subject to VAT. So, sabi din dito na if such property is used in the trade or business of the seller, the sale shall be subject to VAT as an incidental transaction to the seller's main business. So, on the other hand, sale of real properties held primarily for sale to customers or held for lease in the ordinary course of trade or business of the seller shall be subject also to VAT. Number 2 is sale of real property utilized for low-cost housing and socialized housing defined by Republic Act No. 7279, otherwise known as the Urban Development and Housing Act of 1992, and other related laws. So, kapag nakita mo sa problem na yan ay utilize low-cost housing, then it is exempt to the VAT. So, ano yung low-cost housing? So, ito daw yung mga housing project na intended sa mga homeless, low-income family beneficiaries. So, na isinagawa ng mga ng government or private development. The next one is number 3, which is sale of real property utilized for socialized housing as defined as Republic Act No. 7279 and other related laws such as Republic Act No. 7835 and Republic Act No. 8763, wherein the price ceiling per unit is 450 pesos, or as may from time to time be determined by HUDCC and the NEDA and other related laws. So, sabi dito, sales of real properties utilized for socialized housing. So, yung number 2 kanina is low-cost housing. Itong number 3 is we have socialized housing. So, wherein dapat yung price ceiling per unit is 450,000 pesos. So, take note, residential house and lot, ang per unit niya is 450,000 pesos. So, it is exempt from value added tax. So, ulitin ko, kapag yan ay socialized housing, yung house and lot per unit na per unit should not be exceed for 450 pesos, then it is exempt from VAT. So, ano yung socialized housing? Ito yung mga housing programs and projects covering houses and lots or home lots only that are undertaken by the government or the private sector for the underprivileged and homeless citizen, which shall include sites and services development, long-term financing and liberalized terms on interest payment, and as such other benefits in accordance with the provision of Republic Act 7279. So the last one is number 4, which is sale of residential lot valued at 1.5 million and below beginning January 1, 2018. So previously 1,919,500, or house and lot and other residential dwellings valued at 2.5 million and below beginning January 1, 2018. So previously is 3,199,200. So may dalawang tayong dapat tatandaan, which dito kapag residential lot kapag residential lot lang, it is 1.5 million. Kapag house and lot and other residential dwellings, it is 2.5 million. So, itong 1.5 million, yan actually is same as the prior same as the VAT threshold prior effectively of train law. So, prior effectively of train law, the VAT threshold is 1.5 million. So, meaning, if your gross sale or gross receipts during the taxable year will not exceed 1.5 million, then you're non-VAT. And also, same as the house and lot and other residential dwellings valued at 2.5 million, kung hindi ka nag-exceed sa 2.5 million, so you're non-VAT. So, according din dito, sabi, provided that beginning January 1, 2021, the VAT exemption shall only apply to, so, ang VAT exemption only apply sa, first is, sale of real properties not primarily held for sale to customers or held for lease in the ordinary course of trade of business. So, number 2 is sale of real property utilized for social housing as defined under Republic Act number 7279. And the last one is sale of house and lot and other residential dwellings with selling price of not more than 2 million pesos, provided further that every 3 years thereafter the amounts state herein shall be adjusted to its present value using the Consumer Price Index as published by the Philippine Statistic Authority. That's all. Thank you.